Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready? Uh, uh. I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to grind like that, to shine like this. In a matter of time I spent.
What up, what up, what up? It is your homegirl, Miss Kiki Armani. You are tuned in to Unapologetic Opinions.
Yeah.
I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back at it. You know what I'm saying? And what better way to come back than have my homeboy Wade in the building? What's up?
What's going on,
What's
Kiki?
happening?
All
So
right.
I'm going to name this episode Situation.
Oh, that's sweet.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because I want to know everything about Suede, everything about Wade. So we're going to talk about everything.
You own it.
Anything
You
off
own
limits?
Nothing.
All right, cool.
Nothing.
So let's go ahead and tap in. Last week or the week before, we follow each other on social media. So I seen you posting about how women should dress and what, how women should appear.
Oh, I ruffled
and things.
some feathers.
You definitely ruffled some feathers.
did.
And I want to say you ruffled my feathers. Not the attire was on point. I loved everything about the attire that you were posting, but we were in the middle of a all lives, Black Lives Matter.
Oh yeah, lit me up.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you posting white girls.
It wasn't that. It was more or less the image of what I'm saying as far as.
So you couldn't find no black girls.
I ended up going like right after that and then posting like 4 or 5 of them. So
I wanted to dig in on you.
Yeah,
I'm like, hold on, this is my guy. Like, I get where he going with it, but why the white chick? And then she ain't always got to be light skinned either.
Oh, no, I get it. I even went brown skin. I even, I put some diversity in there after that because I was just like, oh, man, DMs was going crazy. And I was like, nah, I'm for us. I am us. So I couldn't do that.
Okay, cool.
It was just more or less the image that I'm saying I'm more or less talking about.
So did that come from seeing like Instagram models and seeing girls that dress half naked on social media, or
definitely.
What was the backstory behind that?
The backstory behind it is because us as a race, I see so much as, I want to say following, but kind of like being just trendy. So with things being said like that, I think we don't have to also follow the norm of what's going on for those people to get whatever type of followers they're trying to get or whatever type of oohs and ahs that they're going for. At some point, we have to get to a point where we're like, hey, I can do sexy without being exposing.
Right.
And that's just what I was just getting at. Like, at some point, we have to turn that down and turn our sexy up without exposing so much.
And there's nothing wrong with being sexy, but I get what you're saying. Have class with it. Yeah. But we want to show our curves. We want to show, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you got on I'm not saying get fully naked. This is not OnlyFans or fans only or whatever it is. This is not that. You know what I'm saying? But when you got your little bathing suit on and you kicking it with your homegirls, y'all on the yacht or whatever y'all got going on, that's cool. Yeah. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, that's just my main intention was from that. I wasn't trying to, belittle no one or even aim at no one, but I'm just saying I see so many beautiful women that I'll be like, you don't got to do that.
Yeah.
Like, you winning already, like, you don't got to.
And that's true. But let's flip that because we might, take something off to look a little sexy. Do you feel like as guys, y'all buy the cars, y'all buy the bling, y'all buy the, the Kango. Yeah, y'all buy.
Well, my fly now.
You always been fly, but
so, yeah.
You do it for the women, right? I mean, you do it for yourself
because I don't smoke or drink, so that's my high. That's my release. I don't have many things that I'm attached to like that, so that's my out.
So what's different between Suede and Wade?
Let's go back to your question because you were saying the dudes do it.
Yeah.
Do certain things. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna say that for sure because first thing I'm gonna say is men always fall in love with something, whether if it's jewelry, cars, clothes, or whatever it is. Every man has his passion for whatever that is, So with that being said, I think some dudes do it for the wrong reasons, for attention.
Mm-hmm.
But those ain't hard to not see.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? You can
so
see
your
them type of
partners
dudes that
ain't
do
doing
it
it
for
the
because
clout
I
or
got
for
homies that
the
don't even show the stuff they have. You know, I
that's
I
what's
got
up.
homies that live a certain lifestyle and they don't even have social media.
Yeah.
So with that being said, you know, I expose some things, but I also keep things to self because at some point we got to keep things to self. So I think dudes do certain things, yeah, for women, but not all the time, you know. And I don't think women do a lot of things for men all the time for the
Mhm.
oohs and ahs. But I just think, with that being said, as far as the look, the sexy, it don't have to always be done. Now, what dudes do that goes beyond that is showing money. Like now, I think some of that is for women.
That is like the wackest
That
shit
is
ever. Like
that's
it's
terrible.
so like I don't because it makes me feel like you're really not used to having money.
Yeah,
You
there
know
you
what I'm
go.
saying? So
There
and
you
then
go.
it makes me also feel like you flashing it and you probably stingy
Yeah,
in real
not only
life.
that,
Like
that's probably they
they
bankroll. You
last.
feel me?
You know what I'm
So I
saying?
mean, that's something they're gonna expose and be happy to expose it. Like I said, I got friends that live a whole different lifestyle, but we don't expose that.
Yeah.
And there's no need to. So it's just about the caliber of dude there is. And I think some dudes do things for attention.
Hmm.
But from a woman's standpoint or attention from a woman, no, I don't think all of us do that.
Hmm.
And I don't think all women do certain things
Do
for a
you
man
catch
attention.
yourself doing stuff for attention on social media, or do
Well, I
you?
think I use my platform. See, Kiki, I never really had social media.
Uh huh.
Before I went to prison or whatnot, I didn't use social media. Uh, Me coming home, I think a lot of people get me exposing my social media as stunting or more or less like I'm trying to
You trying to
shit on
flex?
someone. Yeah, and that's not that. It's just
Okay.
more or less showing, okay, my hands are not dirty. I'm able to show this lifestyle was already in effect before I went to jail. So with that being said, now people's like, what is his aim?
Yeah.
Or buddy doing too much. And it's not
Right.
that. It's just more or less I'm showing people, one, men, two, women, it's possible to stay down until you come up. Because
Hmm.
again, like I said, this was already done. This ain't something I'm just going to do as I'm coming home, as I'm doing whatever else. Like
Hmm. Hmm.
everything that I'm really showing I've already done back 2010.
Okay.
So
Okay, cool, cool, cool. So you talked about, you going away and doing some time.
yeah.
What's different from the way prior to the time to now afterwards?
Oh, the way then, I was responsive. When I say responsive, I was quick to respond to a lot of things.
Hmm.
Like, when I say that, people gonna laugh. When I say that, because people know me. Like so if a dude said, "Oh, some, I did this," and "Oh, I got money," ooh, nigga, you ain't got no money. Like, stop it. Like, I'll show you what money is. Like, so
Oh,
that's what
okay.
I'm saying. Now it's like,
So
man,
you
all
was
right,
a
buddy,
flexer a little
buddy, go on
bit.
about your business. Like, do what you do. Like, even with certain things, like now, as far as my attitude,
Hmm.
I still have an attitude. Let's not get that twisted. But I'm a little bit more patient when it comes to flexing the attitude because, in prison it's more or less a respect thing.
Hmm.
So you high head, yeah, there's somebody for you.
Yeah.
So if you running around and not no excuse me's and stuff like that, there's somebody for you. So I want to say the difference is now more mannerism and a little bit more patient for nonsense. But
Okay.
I still have a limit.
Okay.
Yeah, I still
Okay.
got a limit.
So, what advice would you give somebody that was the 2010 way? That was the flashy and the flexing and the no nonsense way. What would you give them to say, "Hey, man, you might have seen me back then, and I was that flashy guy, and I was that arrogant guy, and I was, checking people, but instead of doing it this way, do it that way." What would you tell those people that are now a 2020 way?
What I tell them is, the people you doing it for ain't gonna be there. So make sure you're doing it for yourself. Because at the end of the day, we've seen a lot of people that I was really going neck and neck with fall, and when they fail, they not the same person. They can't even
Right.
come back to their own city, or if they do come back to their own city, it's a name that follows them. So
Yeah.
at some point, you like, man, I did a lot of stuff to prove what to who. I
Hmm.
already knew who I was personally, so I shouldn't even have to did that. Well, I shouldn't have done that.
Right.
Correct
Right.
myself,
Right.
but.
So, what about the snitching policy? Like, how do you feel about that?
Well, that's a no go for me.
It's a no
Yeah,
go.
that's a no go. Like even
Because
women, like
yeah,
I don't.
I feel that because
That's a no go.
I don't feel like women go through street life as much as guys do.
Right.
That's really y'all lane. I mean, it's girls out there, doing a little thing in the
For
streets
sure.
and go to jail
For
and
sure.
stuff like that. But I feel like if you really not about that life, stay in the lane that you in.
Yeah, go
I
to work.
know for me, I consider myself a hood girl.
Uh-huh.
I've been around the dope dealers and the guys with the guns and stuff like that, but it was a limit for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Because I had kids that I'm their only resource.
Yeah.
So I knew it's only a limit that I can. Because if I go down, if I have to do some time, who gonna take care of my kids? So you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what I'm
Well, you
trying.
saying if you do time and he stay out, or if y'all both go down?
If we both go down, you know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I was okay with holding a pack. I was okay with holding a gun.
Uh-huh.
I'm not delivering shit.
Never.
I'm not picking nothing up.
Never.
I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't put me in a risk where I have to even be like that.
For
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? Because and I'm saying this to dudes, like, if you know that you're not ready to go do that time and sit down and do what you got to do and not be like, oh, so-and-so did it and that's why I did it. I'm not with the snitching shit at all. So sit down. So if it's not your life, sit down. You know what I'm saying?
Up.
Don't want to be in the limelight, standing on the couches and popping the bottles with us. And then when the people come, you got a story to tell. I'm just not with it. And I feel like we both have been attached to a particular person that I looked at like a big bro, a big homie. And he just went down like a sucker, you know? And I'm just not a fan of it.
Yeah. That's a hard pill to swallow. I'm gonna touch bases on when you were saying something about let me think. If y'all go down, both of y'all. One, if you go down, a man's supposed to stand up. I don't care what nobody say. You know, if he gonna take his fault, take his fault. If not, he gonna put you in the best position to win with lawyers or whatever it is. Like, that's me. But my second thing I'm gonna say to that, a man should never put a woman in a position to do that.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying?
That's
so
what I feel.
No matter whatever his get up is, like, he should never put a woman in a position to know, one, all of his business.
Right.
Two, because there's also lie detectors that go on in those rooms. You know, I don't know nothing about nothing he do. Well, all right, strap up. You know, and now we playing with this needle.
Right.
So
right.
I think the best thing to do is just keep your woman safe, keep your woman away from, that type of stuff like that.
I agree.
Even if you're willing to ride, I just think at some point, babe, I got you. Like, don't worry about it. Let me hold this down. So, but now if y'all both fall, I think,
if we both fall, it is what it is, and we got to do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But I just
now, you
knew.
A rider.
I just knew. I mean, it is what it is. You know, I just knew, like, if I was getting too deep, I was the one like, babe, this makes me uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And we would talk about it before it escalated to the next level. Yeah. And so I never got in a situation where I even had to get to a point where I had to talk to some people or not talk to some people or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it has to be communication. But for men and women, if you're not about the life, just stay away from the life, because you can't want the limelight without the struggle. You know, that's how I feel.
There you go. And I think a lot of people don't think
it can happen.
There's a backside to it.
Yeah.
Because there's a backside to it, especially, if you ain't dotting your I's and crossing your T's. It's a backside to it. So with that being said, if y'all both fall, I would definitely say hopefully things was going good enough to where situations can be a little bit comfortable.
Right.
If you sit down, lawyers, like, everything should be somewhat decent. But that goes back to what we were saying as far as dudes doing things that has no reason to be done. Because when you sit down, it's like, damn, I spent 80,000 on a whip. I spent 70 bands over here. Like, now I don't got that money. So, I just think at this point, that's null and void. It's grown man time now.
Facts. We too old for it. But let's talk about the music a little bit. What inspires your music?
My life.
And tell us the name of the album.
I ain't did nothing.
Your last project. Yeah, your last project.
What was it? M's from a Notepad.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I just think what inspires that is my life. Because I'm really talking about things I've been through, friendships that's no longer with me, things that, might inspire me, things that I see myself reaching. That's more or less my music. I don't really have no stories that's fabricated. even if I might drift off to a point to where I say, I might tell a story,
Yeah.
but it's not nothing that I know, I'm just sitting up here lying about this.
Right.
So, what inspires my music is definitely things that I've been through, things I see my homies go through or women go through, and I'm just trying to tell the story through music.
Okay. All right. What else I want to know? I'm trying to think. What else I want to
Come on,
know?
let's dig.
What's going on with your love life?
Man, that's pretty right now sketchy.
It's sketchy.
It's sketchy, man.
I want to see the Wade wedding.
And you know what's crazy? Because when I was in prison, I wrote my wedding.
You know what? You gotta chill because I feel like that is a us moment.
Yeah, and I know,
That's our
I know,
moment. It's
I know.
for the woman.
Yeah.
Let us have our moment.
Yeah, I know. But I said, like I said, when I was in prison, I wrote my wedding. And I also said, like, I'm gonna let whoever that may be have her, her dream wedding.
Yeah.
That's coming, or whoever it may be. But as far as me, we gotta do I want a theme wedding. I want the
I can
80s
see that.
mobster, theme wedding. Like
Yeah.
it's just a fun thing. I don't care if we just renewing our vows and we do it, but
Yeah.
I want that.
Okay.
It's sweet, and like I said, she can have her dream wedding. She gonna have whatever it is she
Okay.
want.
So it's sketchy because why?
What, my love life?
Yeah.
Well, my main thing is I got to deal with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in a tug of war with you, your friends, and your family. Like at this point, I bring too much to the table. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
if a woman understands what's in front of her, I understand what's in front of me. So I'm gonna honor my queen, and I just hope she honor her king. But at the same time, there's no way we gonna be, killing each other's image, or we ain't gonna be doing certain things that I feel that is not us, because the public or the outside people don't matter, because only people in this situation is me and her, or
Facts.
whoever it might be.
And I think people have to really realize that when they get into relationships. And I know family is
Yeah.
going to be family all day, but when you go into a union with someone, you really have to be that person's best friend. You really have to want the best for that person
Yeah.
and know that, yes, y'all family, but now this person becomes number one. And I think people, even me in my marriage, I don't come from a very family type of,
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
So it's me and my boys. So I didn't have a problem leaving the nest and making my guy feel like he's my husband.
And I see y'all too.
And my husband is kind of the opposite. They are family orientated, which I absolutely adore. But as a man, I feel like you have to get off your mama's titty. You have to separate yourself.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So that's good advice to say that, I'm not, whoever I end up with, I don't want to have to feel like I have to have a relationship with everybody.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
That's over with me.
Be cordial, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be the bad guy. Don't be the bad guy.
I mean, it get to a point where you like, listen, if I gotta keep protecting my character, I'm gonna be a bad guy.
Like what does Wade do? Are you controlling? Don't
I'm
be
definitely
controlling.
not controlling.
Okay.
But I ain't gonna take no bull crap either.
So what's bull crap? What can a woman not do?
So a woman can be a woman.
Yeah.
And let's get into this, because I say, it's a lot of things that y'all do that's fun. It's a lot of things that y'all might do that y'all might say, my nigga gonna trip. But if you give your guy the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, babe, I'm about to do this.
Right. Communication is
You feel me?
everything.
And you might think he gonna trip, but you might be like, just let me put this out there. Babe, how you think about this?
Right.
Whatever it is. I might run down the beach in a thong, but babe, I'm about to do this.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Man, shine on them.
Yeah.
If you give that person the opportunity to be part of your life, I think he gonna win with you. But what I won't go for is jumping ahead. And it's gonna be sometimes you're not gonna communicate day to day everything.
Right.
But I'm just saying, as far as respect.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I went to prison. We learned respect is, next level. And I think if y'all got that understanding, there's no way you can lose. So I let a woman be woman be a woman. I just make sure my relationships are fun. But I'm a Virgo. So
My husband is a Virgo. Y'all are so emotional.
We
Like
definitely
everything
emotional.
is a 10. Everything is a 10.
Everything.
So,
but we love hard.
You know,
so we love hard, and
definitely
we want the best for who we in front of.
Yeah.
So we might feel like we nagging. We might feel like we bitching, but it's not that. It's like we know you can be better. Like, babe, you ain't got to do that. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Let's shape up over here.
And see, I'm cool with the shape up because I think everybody needs to have somebody that will help bring value and bring elevation to your life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not frustrated or upset about that part. Yeah. But I don't like to feel controlled. I still need my individuality. I don't want you to be like, oh, don't do this because of your own personal insecurities. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk through those insecurities and let me help you be secure about me wanting to do my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think when you say control, like, what you mean? Like, give me an example. Like, what will make a man feel personally insecure? Because I don't think I have that. But give me an example.
I think every man has it. Right. But the controlness is do this when I say do that. Or where are you going? Who you going with? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just because I want my spouse to freely be himself. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Like, my husband goes about his day and whatever he does, I might call him and say, hey, what you doing? But it's not like vindictive. Like, I'm not calling because I think you out cheating, or I'm not calling to check on you because I think you somewhere you're not supposed to be. So that's the controlling piece. Like, I'm only calling because I looked on your social media and you out with your friends and y'all at the bar and I'm trying to see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like let me freely be me.
I mean, like, you didn't tell him he was going there and he's calling? Is that what you said?
I mean, even if I don't, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't always plan my day.
Nobody does.
You know what I'm saying? It's just go with the flow. So don't try to control me and make me do what you want me to do. Because what happens is a person loses themselves trying to please another person.
Definitely.
And so once you lose yourself, you become miserable. So now I'm not even a part of this relationship or this marriage because I'm living for you and I'm not living for me. I'm suppressing the things that I want to do.
Right.
So that's what I say about being controlling, not wanting that person to be happy in their element. You know what I'm saying? Like if I like to do podcasts, if you come in to support, that's cool. But if you come in to spy and see what's going on and see what was said, and then you want to criticize what was said, and that's a mechanism for control because this is my lane. This is what I like.
Right. I mean, but you're also gonna give a person the opportunity to be a part of that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
So that's the difference.
Yeah.
But as far as controlling, no, definitely have your fun. Kick it with your ladies. Do whatever it is that you may well be pleased to do. But if there's a bad apple in the bunch, or if there's some situation going on to where some disrespecting took place, then please just let me know.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, babe, I'm going on with such and such. Like, okay, cool. Do what you do.
So if there's a bad apple in the crew, you don't want your woman to hang out with that person?
Well, it depends on the limit. It depends on what took place.
Okay.
So,
gotcha.
Because I feel bad apple, I mean, every group got a bad apple.
Exactly.
I got
That's
homies
what I was just about to say.
But I'm just saying, like, we talking the worst. I'm talking about it can be a bad apple to just do whatever. But, for example, everybody know I got in a fight last year. So if I get into fighting behind an individual that a motherfucker fuck with, like,
yeah.
Feel me? Yeah. So that's a different situation.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. What else? What else do I want to know? So what are some qualities that you would like your woman to have, or that your current woman, if you have a current woman, I seen Duval
post something the other day, and it just hit home. It hit home. It was basically saying, like, I want my woman to, one, not have so many attachments.
Okay.
And two, I'm speaking personally now. Be able to tell me where I'm wrong.
Are you receptive to when you're wrong?
I am. Even if I don't want to hear it right then and there. All right, shut up. But still, I reflect. You know what I'm saying? I'll reflect the next day.
But that's the part that makes us not even want to say nothing. When we say something and you be like, all right, shut up. I don't want to hear that shit right now. Like, listen, hear out. Listen.
Yeah. And some of that comes from, you got to know the caliber of guy you have.
Ego.
Yeah,
It's
for
your
sure. But you
ego.
also got to know the caliber of guy you got, because you can tell a certain guy that, and you be like, all right, babe, you right. But you can tell another guy, and he be like, I ain't really feeling that. But later on, he'll reflect on that. So me, I definitely need a woman to, push me like how I'm pushing her, because
Okay.
there's no room for standstill. Like
Right.
I can't stand a woman want to lay in the bed.
Oh my
Like let's get
God.
to it,
I hate a lazy nigga.
and I can't stand a woman if I'm jumping up and moving around and trying to get to my day. Uh, don't ask me what's going on. Don't ask me, well,
That
where you
sounds
going so
familiar.
early? You
That's
know,
how I am.
because I'm getting to it. You what? You asking the person? No.
No, I'm like, I want you to freely go about your day.
Yeah.
And if this is a day where you have a relaxation day and I'm getting up and I'm, getting myself glammed up,
All right, babe, holla at you.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's all, who, what, where, why, how. Do you want me to come? Like, damn, no, this my thing. This my, I see you when I get back home.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in a relationship, especially in marriage, you need
Yeah.
time to miss a person. You can't
No, you supposed to miss it.
spend all your time, all of your day. I think that's really like a myth for, that happily ever after. We're best friends to the end and we
Yeah.
spend all of our time together and just be with me and not nobody else. Like that's not realistic, because people had lives before you and you had a life before them, and now y'all combining your life together. So you still have to have individuality in relationships.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. So I get where you're coming from. Definitely let me miss you.
Yeah.
I'm not one to worry about, well, damn, you've been gone all day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But also, if you do run off all day, my fingers ain't broke, your fingers ain't broke. There should be some type of connection
Right.
in between time, whether if it was just, oh, I just ran such and such, and
Mhm.
okay, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. But yeah, let me miss you. Matter of fact, let me miss the shit out of you. Like,
So
and
what's
come
a
home,
no?
and then it's good. But
Right.
so then that's a quality. Excuse me. That's a quality as far as my woman definitely pushed me the way I'm gonna push you. Definitely help me realize where I fought at, and also I want to say the most biggest thing be a loving person to where you fight for me the way I fight for you.
Okay.
Like
I
I'm talking
think,
about go hard, because I go hard for mine. Like
yeah, I think that's something that
ain't
I
no
lack
mediocre
in.
nothing.
And I think it's just, for me, it might be generational for me, because I didn't grow up in a place of love with, family. Like my dad was around, but my dad was a street guy. So I
Hmm.
seen my dad when I went to my grandma's house, and my mom was a single parent. So she running the household and doing her thing. I don't come from a household of love.
Yeah.
So my love language is very different. So I lack in showing emotion most of the time. I'm just
Yeah.
like, you my nigga. Like, you my nigga. Like,
Straight up.
like, I don't gotta
Yeah,
tell,
man.
which
Yeah.
in a marriage or in a relationship, a man wants, so that's something that I'm working on. That's something that I lack. So that's a
What
good
a man want?
quality.
Talk to me.
No, when you said just showing the love,
Oh yeah, yeah,
my
yeah.
love language
Yeah.
is, nigga, I'm laying next to you. I'm here. I'm
That's
faithful.
enough.
Like,
No, it
yeah,
ain't
that's,
enough.
it's not enough. You're
Uh-huh.
absolutely right. So
Uh-huh.
I lack in that area a lot.
Yeah.
That's something. So
Because I tell people all the time, I got homegirls, I got people I talk to, family members I talk to. I tell them all the time, like, men are babies.
y'all fucking are.
I mean, we are. It's really easy to please us, just like a baby. It's three things why a baby might be crying. You
Yeah.
feel me? You might be wet,
Why do y'all
hungry,
need to
or
be?
whatever else.
Why do y'all need y'all ego stroke? Like, look, babe, I took the trash out. Can
Who,
you can you
us?
tell me good job? Like,
Oh yeah,
nigga,
yeah, yeah.
it's
Sometimes
everything.
because you got to think about it. I was telling an individual I was talking to this the other day, and I was just saying, like, at some point you got to give us motivation. So if we like, okay, you take a picture, you modeling, or you might do a podcast, and your man might be like, "Dang, that was dope." Like, you know what I'm saying? I really like this one, or this one really kind of, I felt this one, or a picture. You might be fly, like Lil Durk said, he been trying to get his woman to take a lingerie picture forever, but she won't do it. But that's just how confident he is in his woman. So if he take
Yeah.
that picture and your man be like, "Hey, I really like this motherfucker," you might turn him on in a way that nobody might not know. So that's motivation to, one, be confident in what y'all got going on, and also be able to push you, just be like, man, keep going. So with that being said, if a person one, taking care of home, if a person, one, putting you in a position to where you've never been in your life, just sometimes be like, babe, I really appreciate you.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, that's motivational stuff. Even if I'm gone throughout the day, and because I might do it like, dang, where you at? Boy, I miss your big head self.
Yeah.
Just to put a smile on your face. But if I'm gone throughout the day and I'm moving around and you forget about me, at some point you can be like, I just want to let you know I love you. I
Okay.
can't wait to see you later or some shit like that. And that's just motivational to make, one, a man rush home to you. Two, give man an opportunity to say, I gotta go harder for babe.
Gotcha. Okay. You kind of schooled me a little bit,
I'm a different individual now, Kiki. Come on now.
So what's a no for a woman? Like, what's something that's just like a deal breaker? Like,
With me, or
yeah,
just period? Like
both,
with
both.
me, with Wade, a no is if you don't have no intellect. Like, if you can't challenge me mentally, I
Mhm.
can't go nowhere with you.
Okay.
Because I might be labeled street. Yeah, I might, but I also, I went to real estate school. I also have a different background. I also know how to get in rooms and talk. So if you can talk to me, city girl, all day, man, listen, we ain't going nowhere. You know,
Period. No,
and
I'm
you
just
doing
playing.
this and that, like, holler at me, holler at me, woman. Like, sometimes turn that on, turn
Yeah.
that off. There's a time for both, because there's gonna be time I'm gonna be hood on you, but it's also gonna be a time where I'm gonna be able to speak, and get my point across.
Okay.
So that's Wade. Now, Wade, I'm gonna say, if you in public, and you don't know how to carry yourself,
Mm-hmm.
nah, no go.
Cause Sway got an image. He
What?
ain't going for
You ain't never about to ruin my image. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't doing that because I work hard for this,
Yeah.
and it ain't also just saying as far as streetwise. It's
Mm-hmm.
just more or less like, my legacy. When I leave, I'm leaving a legacy.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't
I
just
got you.
leaving, okay, that was Sway in the casket. Like, nah, that was a good guy. That dude, he meant well.
Right.
Anybody around him, he helped. He tried to get to the next level. He pushed them as, you know, to be better people. So
That's
that's
what's up.
just me.
Okay. Okay. So what about the physical aspect of a woman?
What's a
Because you
no-no?
you got your own little swag going on.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, so what does your woman have to look like?
That's hard for me to say because I've never picked a woman off of the physical aspect, right? So yeah, they might have been pretty. I've never messed with nobody that wasn't pretty. So
You don't have no ugly bodies.
nah,
Everybody got an ugly body.
nah.
Wait, come on.
You know why? Cause I ain't a man to spread myself thin. Like, anybody that knows
Like,
me know,
I'm not even talking
like,
about like
Wade
as
just
an
don't
adult.
mess with girls.
Middle school,
Nah,
no girl was ugly.
nah. Like,
No ugly bodies. It
brown
ain't
skin,
even
light
been like
skin,
one you
however.
just hit. There was just like, okay, I just hit her,
No.
but she ain't. You know what I'm saying?
No, like, pretty, brown skin, light skin, however it is. Like, I just never had the time to be like, well, I'm gonna just go this route just cause.
Mm-hmm.
Because I also believe in, and I'm not just saying she can be that, because at this point I'll take me ugly one. I'm telling you, because I'm on some proving
What?
something, because I take a, you know what I'm saying, and
Okay.
and turn a diamond out of that thing. And people be like, man, what? Like, yeah, but so with that being said, I never been one to just spread myself thin. Some dudes that do that, they just be like, well, she look like this, but she go. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
they gonna go for it. Like me, I just never got to that point to where that's worth it.
Okay.
I ain't gotta go that way. So a lot of times I'm going that way with people that I want to, and they may want to as well. So it's a pick. They might pick me and I might pick them. But far as body and people that ain't on that, nah, I ain't. That's just
Yeah.
never been me.
That ain't your thing.
Ain't never been me. Like, any of my homies will tell you, like, if I'm around and the women is around, they be like, man, Sway too picky. Like,
It's
I'm
good
just
to be
not gonna
picky
do it.
though. Yeah, it's good to be
Yeah, I'm not
picky.
gonna do it. Now, some they just might go just cause, but
Mm-hmm.
they're my guys though. But I ain't going for that, because it's just like, at some point, I'm a man, but I think that's the typical man.
Yeah.
Dog.
That's a
You feel
whole
me?
nother segment right there. But
You feel me? And that's one thing, and that's just one thing I ain't going for. And that's just something that we kind of labeled ourselves to.
Okay. So you talk about in your music, you talk about how you have friendships that are no longer anymore. Um, what qualities do you look in for your guys, for your circle? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what do you um put into them, and what do they put into you?
Well, see, definitely, that's a good question. That's a dope question because my circle is now, and there's nothing to shame on my guys that I grew up with that I no longer rock with because I still love them to death. It's a misunderstanding, but at the same time, um, who I mess with now is it's a love triangle. You know what I'm saying? And when I say that, I mean it's reciprocated. It's both ways you feel it. It ain't something that uh Wade doing this and when I come around, I gotta feel like I gotta lie as if I'm not doing this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes guys pick up on certain things that one person might be doing, but when it's seen too much, it's like, I don't really like that nigga for real. You start getting that versus now, like, I'm in a winning circle. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So if I push a person, they gonna push me like, nah, bro, if I might, hey, bro, what you think of this? He might say, yeah, shoot that, or nah, man, kind of back up off of that, bro. You got too much to lose, or or it might get to the point where because we've been talking about doing investment teams, so we might get to the point where he might be like, I'm at the point where I'm ready to put my 70 in. You ready to put your 70 in? Like, we ready to get this. So it's everybody's winning in a team, or I'm in a circle of winners.
That's good.
So I think for at
That's
this
a
point, I
blessing.
think yes, it's well, because I done been through a lot.
Yeah.
So for that to be said, as far as people just pushing each other, I think my friendships, I value a man being able to push another man and also tell me you love me. Like, dog, I love you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you too good for that. Or however,
Mm-hmm.
I value realness in relationships.
So, with that being said, because you talked about how when your woman comes to you and checks you about something or corrects you about something, you might be receptive or you might be like, okay, whatever, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So, is it the same way when you with your
Ooh,
guys?
that went off. Yeah, yeah, they the same way. My guys is the same way. They tell me all the time, like, wait, you need to chill. Or I might tell them, like, nah, you need to chill. So I'm definitely receptive of something that I see my guys doing wrong, or they might see me doing wrong and checking each other. Like checking our character. Like, bro, you don't need to do that.
So they can check you and it's okay, but sometimes your woman
No,
check you and
like
it's
she
not
can check
okay.
me too.
Okay.
But
Okay.
it's the mannerism of like checking me.
The approach.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I got
Definitely
you.
the
Got you. Got
approach.
you.
Um, because you can check me and be like, well, like how you just said, well, I'm getting to the point where I'm uncomfortable with this,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
and the person gonna be receptive, but it ain't gonna be, nigga, you need to.
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing. So now we back at square one with everything that we might have, built up.
Right.
So
It's your approach. Okay.
mhm.
Okay. So how did you feel about the Black Lives Matter and the George Floyd situation?
I kind of stayed away from it. I kind of stayed away from it because it's a touchy situation.
Yeah.
And there was a time I was riding down the street. My daughter was in the back, and the topic came up, like, how you feel about the Black Lives Matter, just this, that, and the third. And I said, well, I'm gonna stay away from that because it's been going on for years.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Mm-hmm.
and definitely once again, prison, it's a different world nobody knows about. That's going, like, it's crazy. So I kind of stayed away from it, being that it's a touchy topic to me. But I let my daughter go protest.
Okay.
She stood up, and I also, I would talk to her and let her know like certain things about it. To also not go so hard because I feel like some of it is controlled.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of it is controlled.
I agree with that.
So I think let's not be ignorant and
Mm-hmm.
tear our whole city down. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? Because at some point we got to build it back up.
Right. Right.
And that's what we here to build it up. But I mean, I just don't think all of it was dope.
Yeah. I agree because I wasn't with the vandalism and stuff
Nah, I
like
ain't get that.
that. And then
Some people risk their whole job to go do that stuff.
yeah, and then you have
Crazy.
to also be conscious of other people's intentions because white people were down
true.
there protesting, but are they getting us riled up so we can go to jail or so we can tear up stuff and then you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
you really have to watch other people's intentions. And that's what I was just like, it's too many people down there. I don't really know who's really for Black Lives Matter and who's really, you know what I'm saying? You never know people's objectives.
Yeah.
So I just was like, I'm cool. And anything police, I'm just like, I'm not a fan of. Like, I cannot. You know, my brother was a street
I
guy,
was just about to
you
say.
know,
I was
been
just about
through
to
a
say.
lot with police and police brutality and getting pulled over. And I'm
Yeah.
also raising Black young men. So I just don't, I try to stay away from stuff like that. And then, you know, everybody has their opinions about it. So again, something that was supposed to unify us ultimately divides us again. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has different opinions about it. So I stayed away from it too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, I loved everything about taking a stand though. You know, I
yeah.
loved everything about it, even all the way down to doing it peacefully. But, you know, the violence and acting out, I think that's what we already called as animals.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And
So
we don't need
I
another
think,
reason to act a
yeah, and I'm
fool.
just like, man, that's not it. You know, yeah, act out. But some people's like, yeah, take a stand. We tired of it. I mean, but again, I talked to my guy, you know, so I was talking to him the other day and we was saying like, okay, yeah, Black Lives Matter, you know, the police brutality of what's going on with our race, but shit, we fuck each other up every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I
So
agree.
at some point, like, is what we doing right or is what we doing wrong?
Yeah.
You know, now I'm with, yeah, getting down, but at the
Mhm.
same time, like, what's your reason?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So now it's just some of it we be like, man, I kind of just stayed away from it.
Yeah.
It's too
I did
touchy.
too. I did too. I agree.
Yeah.
What else? What you want to talk about? Is there anything that you
Man,
want to talk about?
um,
You're so controversial. Like
I am.
you be having so much going on
I
your
am.
social media. I be
I am.
tuned in and then I tune out.
A lot
But
of people say that.
what's
A lot of people say like, well, you know, be like, man, what you be thinking about? I just be
that's a
like,
good ass
bruh,
question. Cause I'd be like,
I be on a wing with it.
this nigga be at home just on some straight trippy. Like he'll be 2 stepping 1 minute and then he'll just be like, wait, let me tell you niggas something. Cause let me set y'all straight.
Now, the
real
last thing
quick.
I talked about on my gram was, you know, a person going to jail and a person being there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. I don't know if you've seen that
Yeah,
video.
yeah, I did.
So, yeah, we did a gift. You know, I got the bag for a person or whatnot. And that video, I think, was caught so many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
From the
Mm-hmm.
response that
Mm-hmm.
people that I got, it was caught so many different ways. And the way I caught that, I just was like, you can give me that chart. So the way I caught that, I mean, the way I received that video, I just was like, so many people mentals is just not where they should be.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
so the to clean the video up, I think it's my stage right now. So the video was more or less saying, you know, if you were a person and a person believed in you, you reciprocate that when you come home. And not only that, while you in there, you know, because it's been said that we dog females that ride bids. That's not true. You know, there's good dudes in there. I know good dudes in there on their way home or they came home and still rock with they shorty.
Yeah.
But at some point, we're not gonna come home and just say you did that and that's enough.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it has to continue.
Yeah, work still need to be done.
Right.
So that's what I was saying on the video. And with that being said, you did that. Now it's just
Time for me to show you some flowers.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We gonna reciprocate that back. I love you, but you're not gonna drag me just because you did that.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're not gonna say, nigga, I did this and try to hold it over as if I did this and now you owe me. Because no one owes each other.
I can see how that video can look like that because you know you held me down, so I'm gonna gift you while I'm out and while I'm rocking with you, how I'm doing. But it's like you almost paying that person off for being there.
And that's what I was trying to say in the video. That's not it. Like, so a lot of people were saying, yeah, like I feel you. I didn't held the person down, gave him this, and this, and he dogged me when he came home. I was trying to explain to that person, like, he doesn't owe you anything.
Yeah.
You know, if your heart wasn't in the right place or his heart wasn't in the right place, it was bound to do it anyway.
Right.
So with that being said, I think a lot of people was getting that, you know, misconstrued. And what I was just painting is the work ain't over with. You know, y'all still should be rocking, but y'all also should be learning each other because a person learn new habits when he's gone.
Yeah.
You know, there might be things that you do now he can't stand. There might be things that he does that you can't stand now. So the work ain't done and y'all still should be working to y'all ultimate goal and letting nobody come in between. That was my thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But people took that, man. I'm talking, they went left feel. And I just like, what?
Yeah, because you showed the bag, so it's like she held me down, she a rider, she did
Yeah,
this,
that
so I'm
wasn't it.
gonna do this. You know
That
what I'm saying?
wasn't
So
it.
it's like,
Because she didn't have the world. Right.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like anybody know I built the house before I went into prison, right?
And your house is so freaking dope.
Thank you.
Just
I
via
appreciate
social
it.
media. I
Yeah,
need a tour, a
yeah.
personal tour.
And see, I'm
But
redoing the basement, so it's about to be crazy.
yeah.
So landscaping as well. But no, it's not even all the way done. So with that being said, I appreciate it. But if I give a person my world or let a person into my world, and I'm talking about my queen ain't paying bills. I pay bills. I own that house. So it's only nothing to be paid but utilities.
Mhm.
So with that being said, like I said, if I bring a person into my world, there's no way you're gonna come into my world and stand on me.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like coming in and you just thinking, yeah, I did this and
Mhm,
like nah,
mhm.
we
Yeah.
ain't going through that because it's a respect still thing. And that's what I'm saying as far as our agreements and things like that. That whatever our ultimate goal is, like let's keep that work. Let's
Gotcha.
not just say okay, it's over with and now here it is. You can stand on me or nigga, this ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Or
Gotcha.
so
Okay.
that's it.
So it's just a token of appreciation.
It's just, yeah, that's all that video was just showing, like every man ain't fucked up. That's a token. This is a token of my appreciation. Like I said, I've been given the world in any way I can, whether if it's mentally, financially, however. Like that's just the type of man I am.
Well, that's
But
what's up.
some people gonna take it as if he's a butt white. I am a butt white. I'm very arrogant.
I can tell that. And like we've known each other for a
Yeah.
while, but the personal you I've never like interacted with.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this nigga is a fucking jerk in real life.
Yeah, I
like,
am. I am. And I know it.
And you can respect that when a person
Yeah.
is honest and say,
Yeah.
it's just me.
But see,
to
answer that question, I'm a jerk because of some of the old ways or the old lane I played.
Okay.
You have to have a sense of arrogancy because everybody wants to be your friend. Everybody want to get close to you. Sometimes it ain't just genuine. Sometimes it's a hidden agenda, whether if it's a woman or a male.
That's very
so
true.
At some point, my arrogancy comes from like, nigga, I don't really know you,
Mhm.
or I don't need to know you. You might know my girl, or you might know somebody I know. Like,
Yeah.
but homie, I'm good.
And
So that's just it.
Females and dudes have to be okay with that. Like
Yeah.
if you know me and I don't know you, but you introduce yourself and I say, "Oh, hey, what's up?" But that I leave it at that. You gotta be okay with that.
Yeah. When I
Because
see you
now
next time,
I'm on a
speak to you.
yeah, I'm on a whole nother level where I feel like I don't want to be friendly.
Yeah.
I don't want to have 20 bitches with me when I go out to the
Bingo.
club. I've never been that type of person, but
Golly.
I just don't want, you know what I'm saying? I don't want people that are not genuinely wanting to be around me to elevate me and me elevate them.
Yeah.
I don't want no competition in my circle. I don't want I just have no room for error
you
at
said
this point in my
competition
life.
in your circle. Like
I
that.
don't.
That's clutch right there. I hope this is recording. That thing recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that right there. I mean, because it's so easy for that to be done.
Yeah.
It's so easy for that to be. Whether if you just saying I'm gonna get a better man than you got. Like,
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And I've seen it happen and I've lost, friendships because of it.
You didn't lose friendship.
Well,
You know what you did? You leveled up.
True.
You ain't lose no
Facts.
friendship.
Facts, So I feel you when you say that. So I don't know if I come across arrogant. I don't know. I try not to. I'm really
But
a
you have
cool
to be.
down to earth type of person,
Mm.
but I'm kind of like you too. Like I'm just no nonsense. Like
Yeah.
if that's what you want, I ain't judging you, baby girl, but I ain't on that. So you know.
And I think your
conversation
situation
starts.
should be able to respect that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
and
people, when you disregard people, they get offended.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just because, I'm from the 30s. Yeah, I'm from the hood. But I ain't on that shit that I was on 15, 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've graduated from that. So I ain't going to judge you because you own it. And I'm going to give you some advice because you own it because I done been where you at.
Mhm.
But I don't want to participate and I don't want the shit around me.
Yeah.
And you cannot be offended by it, but people really be offended. Like, oh, nigga, you think you better. You think you came from this and you know.
Yeah, and that's not it. That's never not it. You know what I'm saying? Because I've helped people out that I don't know. I've talked to people that I don't know. I might when I say help, it ain't financially. I'm just saying advice or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's just like, one, the approach, two, the protection of me.
Right.
So
important.
yeah, because like your husband, he might come off arrogant to somebody to protect you.
Yeah.
So and I think that's where you win at, because you got to understand where the sense of arrogancy comes from.
Mm-hmm.
What's the definition of it and why it's a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's where you win when
Yeah.
you understand that.
I'm glad that I'm okay with that, because typically my husband he's more outgoing than me. Like
Yeah, good
he's
dude.
okay with meeting new people, and I'm more reserved. I'm like, okay, nice to meet you, but I don't want to know you. Like, I'm cool with not knowing you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not to say that you're a bad person, but I'm in a space where I don't want to meet new friends. Like, I
Yeah,
just don't.
man. Yeah. I get it. I get it. I think that's number one. That's key.
So why do you feel like people get offended when, you know what I'm saying, they come up to say, oh, like, oh, that's way, that's way. They might give you that and show you
Yeah.
love and expecting something after that, a friendship or,
I think they get offended because the foresight or whatever has been said to them. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's way he a cool dude. Woo, woo. He ain't, he's
Mhm.
smooth. He ain't tripping.
Yeah.
But anything after what's up, I'm like, buddy, move around. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that's where it gets to the point where they like, man, dude ain't, you know what I'm saying? And then it gets to the point where they give them the opportunity to turn they lip, because they like, man, dude ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, dude's a fag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Excuse my language, but
No, you're
dude
good.
ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then that gives the judgment, and now here it is, it's going back and forth. But I do my part extending hand to anybody,
Mhm.
because you never know who it is that you may meet.
Right.
But
That's true.
I can really gauge in a person's conversation within the first 5-10 minutes.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And if you speaking in circles or in tongue, it's like, all right, man, like,
What's really your
man,
motive?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what you
You looking
really?
for a friend, or what's your thing?
Right.
You trying to get close to me? Like, what is it? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, that's just my whole thing. I think that's how people really get to the point where they like, man, dude is a butthole.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I'm really a sweetheart. But at the same time, I can't go for everything.
And that's
Like,
cool.
I've been fooled.
Yeah, that's
I've been
cool.
fooled a lot.
Mhm.
I went to prison. Dude I looked up to as an uncle told on me.
Yeah.
Not the
It's
names that
terrible.
people know, like someone
Right.
else that I looked up to, so, or had a love for, put
Yeah.
me down. So I'm scarring in so many ways.
Yeah.
In so many
We
ways.
as Black people have PTSD. I feel like we was just fucking born with it.
Oh yeah,
Like,
Charlamagne the God said that the other day.
no,
It
like,
was like, yeah,
seriously,
we have
we go through so
PTSD.
many trials and tribulations that we don't recognize that we just really genuinely have PTSD about everything. We schizophrenic about
Yeah.
every little
Yeah.
thing. So,
Well, I think I want to touch on character.
okay.
I think character is something that people should take more into consideration. Because everybody wants to be seen flawless. It's okay to have flaws.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not it's not
Yeah,
realistic.
it's okay to have flaws. And with that being said, I think that's a big thing that people should lose, because
Gotcha.
at some point, where are you growing?
Mhm.
If you're gonna go to, say, me and you have a conflict, at some point we got to find a resolution. But I'm not gonna leave you and portray I was perfect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I was messed up in this angle, but Shorty's messed up in this angle. But I'm gonna tell both sides. I'm not gonna paint this picture as if I'm right.
And that's a good trait, because a lot of people only usually tell their side
Yeah,
to,
yeah, tell their
win people
side.
over.
Yeah, and that's one thing I'm big on. So when a person, like I said, misconstrue a person's character, that go back to the thing because you sway, like, yeah, you're not gonna abuse my character in no way. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I'll do that myself. You know what I'm saying? But you're
Yeah.
not gonna do that, So one thing I'm gonna do is the snitch word, and another thing I'm gonna do is the snake word.
Yeah.
So them is two words that I do not go for,
Right.
because that's never been me. That's never been my intent. Anything around me is love.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So before we close, let's just talk about your attire, because I feel like you're very controversial when it comes to what
I don't
you
do
like.
much. Yeah, I don't do much.
As you smile, as you cheese. Oh, I don't do much. So humble.
I don't do much. Yeah, I don't do much.
So, I seen it was a while ago, but there was controversy over, I think it was Balenciagas or
Balenciagas,
some type of
Dulces.
shoes that you wear
Yeah.
that people feel like, oh, they just fucking extra. They cost all this extra money. I don't knock people for what they wear. You wear what you wear. You like what you like. I wear whatever the fuck I want to wear because I buy it, and how you rock it is not the same how I'm gonna rock it.
I get it.
So, what sets you apart from? First, let's talk about the controversy with the shoe thing.
Okay, yeah. I think it was misconstrued. I think a lot of people took it as if, because the way don't talk a lot, you know. So if I lash out or if I say something on the internet, it's took like I'm being serious, like Wade tripping, you know what I'm saying? Or he's what's to come of this, you know? And with the individual who it was like he's my guy,
right?
You know, and what he was saying was a joke, but also I took it as if like, buddy, ain't nobody in this city got these shoes. So it was still love, and I see him as still love, and you see me as still love. But I just think the controversial act was, y'all buying these ugly shoes to be called, again, doing things for women, or to be called like a nigga with money. And that's not everybody's outlook on why they buying these shoes. Because again, like I said, I don't smoke nor drink, so I got Red Bull in a cup. Now I don't smoke or drink. So if I get to the point to where I'm like, that's my out, it's what I like to do. Plus I like fashion. I grew up on clothes.
You've always been that person.
Yeah, best dressed, middle school type stuff. So this is something I've always been done, whether if it's Tommy Hilfiger or whatever it is. That's just something I like. So with the controversial act that took place on the internet, it was misconstrued.
Gotcha.
It wasn't nothing where it was gonna be bad. It was just like, all right, okay, what's the aim? But I get it. And also you joking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I took it as a joke, but also when I started joking back, it was
but
like, wait, tripping.
Yeah, I feel like with Ray, because I'm gonna go ahead and say his name. I don't give a fuck.
My God.
So with Ray, I feel like I feel like he's your guy. He's my guy. So when he shoots at us, it's okay. But he also has to realize that
people gonna shoot back.
We're gonna shoot back, and that's cool because it's love with us going back and forth with him. Yeah. But that gives an open door for other people to feel like they can shoot at us. Yeah. So that's where, I kind of get controversial with him back, because he might say things that, it's controversial towards me. Like, he calls me his brother. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm tough, I'm hard, I'm not really girly like the really other girls. And I call him my sister because he's soft, and I'll take her for my sister, and that's cool. Straight up. That's us. That's our thing. We understand that. But then it's other people that chime in, and then they want to comment. So I always have to tell Ray to watch his audience, because you say what you feel, and that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. That's your social media platform. But you also have to be aware that it's people that's lurking that may not even like Wade, that's waiting on somebody to say something, or don't even like Key, that's waiting on something. You know what I'm saying? So something between friends could just open up a door for other enemies or other haters to have fuel. Like, oh yeah, Ray said it, so I'm gonna go ahead and chime in for what Ray said. Like, hold on, bro, that's my family. That's bros. You can't joke how we joke.
And see, that's my thing. I'm glad you said that, because that brings up something else to the core that just took place. But yeah, like, me and my guys, they might say, excuse my language, call each other bitch. Like, nigga, you tripping. But another man's not gonna say that same word. You can't joke with us the way we might joke with somebody else. So like you said, when a person go back and forth on the internet, that's for you and that person. But you gotta watch it, because you give opportunity for somebody else to give that opinion and to gauge in. And now here it is. They really don't like each other over there.
Right.
So now it's all kind of stuff that it took place.
Yeah.
And because like I said, I would look up under the comments that people was saying, and I was I don't really like this dude anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I would get to the point where I'd be like, man, whatever. Because me and him joking, going back and forth.
Right.
So yeah, that's big. Like, you should never display certain things on social media. I'm big on keeping your relationship off social media, subliminal shots. Yeah. I'm big on that, because listen, these people ain't got nothing to do with us.
Right.
But also you giving people opportunity to chime in.
Right.
So
yeah.
The other day, it was something I was called a snake because I went above and beyond for a person I rock with to one show her friend that hey, it's love. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You ain't gotta be scared of me. You don't gotta remove yourself from a situation or wherever it might be that I'm at. You know, if I'd have got close to you, I'd have gave you a hug. It's love. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
This ain't that.
Right.
You know, and I put it out there. But however this person received this, it was presented to a significant other that I mess with as I try to talk to this person.
Oh wow.
So it's like now here it is. It's on the internet that I'm a snake.
Wow.
Like, but no,
That's
like
not what even
you feel what
what
I'm
it was.
saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I'm big on a person ruining my character,
Yeah. Hmm.
like, cause
Me too.
you're not never gonna say that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not never gonna say I'm trying to drag who I'm around. This was done cause my love for her
Right.
to help y'all understand. Y'all ain't gotta sneak around each other. Y'all good.
Yeah.
You feel me?
That's what's up. That's what's
Yeah, so it was just too much, and I was like, I gotta separate myself from this.
up.
So yeah, I agree with you. I
Yeah.
agree with you. Like you gotta watch what you put on the internet because people, you know, they'll chime in. You know,
Yeah.
they're that you giving people opportunity to do that. You know, I'm never gonna be one that mess with nobody I mess with friend.
Right.
Never. You know, I've been
Yeah.
around in relationships with somebody that had dope friends. Hey, listen, I got what I got. I love what I got.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, nah, I ain't doing that.
Okay. That's what's up. So, any last thoughts? What's next for Swade and
One,
Wade?
Rafe. I'm gonna get a Rafe. I deserve a Rafe, don't I?
Oh, what's a rave?
Yeah, look, huh?
Look, I'm
It's
like,
a
what's a rave?
Rose. It's a
Oh, okay.
Rolls Royce Rafe. So that's what's nah, I'm just playing. But nah, what's next for me, man, is just one living. Two, I got a daughter, she's 13 years old, so I'm putting a lot into her right now.
So pretty.
Yeah, that's my baby. Like, because we got dead time, and I'm getting to a point to where, you know, I get her, me and her mom, we have a great relationship. You know,
That's
we got
good.
to a point where it had got ugly because of emotions or whatever it was, but we dope, you know, and like I said, I'm putting a lot of energy into her because I never wanted a little boy. I always wanted a little girl because I love how a woman can carry themselves in a mannerism that's like, you know what I'm saying,
Gotcha.
to make you look like, man, that's a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, I want to raise that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm big on her right now. That's my whole thing. That's where my energy going into her.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And beyond that, I'm trying to move, trying to get up out of here.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
I've outgrown the city. The city is not it. You know,
Yeah.
too much negativity and nobody wants to see each other win in a way that I want to win.
Right.
So
I feel that.
I'm I can't
It's
do
time to go.
ceilings. I got a ceiling, you know, and right now I gotta break that ceiling. So I gotta get outside of here. But I also use this city for living, you know. So everything I do here, because this city is, you know, cheap or whatnot. So I still have rental properties and things of that sort. So I'm also keep everything here and should supply for my lifestyle out of town.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So with that being said,
That's what's up.
I think that's a win-win. But I'm definitely trying to get up out of here.
That's what's up. Any cities in particular or
Definitely I'm going west. I don't know where,
gotcha.
but I'm going west. I don't want to
Okay.
do south. I don't want to do Texas, Atlanta, none of that. You know, that's
Right.
oversaturated right now.
Definitely.
So I'm going west. You know,
Okay.
I'm gonna really get to a point to where I'm gonna expand my horizons and definitely trying to find me that marriage. You know,
Yes, it's time.
I'm going for that. You know, and that's something I want. I've never been a one that just want to be like, I'm gonna have me a bachelor lifestyle. Now I'm dope in a bachelor. You know, because you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I do things that make my life fun. You know
Gotcha.
what I'm saying. I'm into interior decorating.
Yeah.
I had an interior decorator, but I never had a woman in decorating the house. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that touches me and who I had interior decorating. So I'm into that certain thing, but it's dope to have a woman be able to put her touch on that.
Gotcha.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I
make this
agree.
kitchen your kitchen.
Right.
You know, make this room your room, or however that I'm big on that. And I mean, like I said, just spread my wings.
Okay.
Just spread my wings. I gotta win somehow, some way. I'm gonna win.
You will. You will.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
sure
gonna
of it.
win.
I'm
You
sure
know,
of
I
it.
came home and I didn't surpass, and I'm gonna keep on driving. So
That's
I
what's
can't
up.
do no limits.
All right. Well, you are welcome to be a co-host anytime.
Man, I gotta get
but
on this
I just
thing with
wanted
all the women.
to pick your head and see where you was, because sometimes I'd be like, "What the fuck is Wade on today?" Like,
Man.
so I just wanted to sit down and chat with you and kind of
Yeah.
get to know you a
Yeah.
little bit. But yeah, you can come and co-host with us anytime.
I'm trying to come with all the women. We're gonna come. Y'all was dancing. I seen that.
We was lit.
I two-step now, so y'all know that.
And most of them don't know how to two-step, so you got to come and show them. So
I come. I two-step, and that's another thing I like to do. I like to two-step. Also, whoever I deal with gotta get to a point where, hey, I want to go dance. Let's go.
That's what's up.
So yeah.
It's really lit. Two-stepping is lit. Yeah. But okay, y'all, we are at the close of the show. It was an amazing show. Again, come co-host with me anytime. Hit me up. Know. It's always love. So tune in for the next episode of Unapologetic Opinions. I am your host, Miss Kiki Armani, and we out.
We out.
Shout out to Al Capone. Yeah. He's so dope. Y'all book him to capacity. Like
dope.
All his calendars need to be booked, but I need to be able to get in. So shout out to Alphone for hosting this segment of Unapologetic Opinions.
We out.
Pony.